Everyone, here we got Brady. We took him and his siblings out for a little field trip today to a store called Runnings. This is a great opportunity to get them exposed into the real world as well as practicing their basic obedience. Exposing them to new environments, different sights and smells at this age is really nice because it helps kind of develop them into a more well-rounded dog that is comfortable in different situations. So we're practicing our sits, our downs, and our stays. You can see that Brady did pop back up as I was coming over to reward him with a treat. I just kind of said, hey, I didn't release you yet. I need you to get back in that down. Go ahead and do another stay. And as I approach him, I release him with a little okay and give him a treat. Now I'm going to lure Brady onto a pile of cat food. This may seem like something a little silly, but it's actually a great way to start building their confidence at this age. You can tell that he's a little unsure about putting his bottom in that sit position for me, just with the way that the bags are stacked on top of each other. Kind of got an awkward angle. So I just went ahead and lured him to the top where it was a flatter surface, asked for that sit, and Brady went ahead and sat for me. So whenever you're doing something new with your pup, it's really important to make sure that you're providing them with encouragement, reassurance, and guidance, especially the guidance. That goes a really long way. Kind of shows them that, hey, I know this is something new. You're probably a little scared, but that's okay. I'm here for you, and we'll work through it together. And that's exactly what Brady and I did. Now we're going to go do some loose leash walking around the store. Ready? Let's go. As you can see, even with other people and distractions around us, Brady isn't really engaged with them. He's more focused on me and walking nicely at my side. He's not pulling or lagging behind, which is really nice. Now I'm going to lure Brady onto this little bench here. It is a smoother surface, so it's probably a little slippery for him under those fluffy paws. You can see he's a little unsure, but I just provide some encouragement, and then he hops up there with no problem.
Very good. Yes. Down. Yes.
Now we're going to practice his stays. You'll see here that Brady is going to pop up a couple of times from his down position. He's a little newer to stay, and it is a different environment, so he might be a little confused. I just go back, put him back in that down position, and ask him to stay. It's really important to stay consistent with, reminding them what you're asking them to do. And then after a couple times, they'll pick up on it, reward them, and you're good to go.
I wish you could see his face from my perspective.
His little tail.
Good boy. Good. Okay, Brady, cut. Good job. Very good, buddy. Ready?
Now I'm going to ask Brady to put his front paws at the top of this bench. It is a different surface and it's a lot smaller, so he's probably unsure and confused, thinking that I want his whole body up there. What I'm doing is tapping the surface and trying to provide some encouragement to show him that it's okay, and just apply a little bit of leash pressure to pull him in that direction so that he eventually gets the hint that, oh, you want me to hop up. Once his front paws touch it, I immediately mark it with a yes, give him a reward and some pets and love for encouragement.
Okay, let's go.
As we go to exit the aisle, you'll see that I pivot my body in front of Brady. He started to pull me and cut in front of me, which we don't want him to do. So by doing this, I'm using my body language to say, hey, I don't want you in front of me and I don't want you pulling me. Get back to my side and then we can continue walking. After a couple of corrections, you'll see that he starts to walk nicely on the leash. It's very important to keep them at your side rather than pulling too far in front of you, because if you were to turn, just like I did down this aisle, they wouldn't be able to see that you're turning. So it's really important just to kind of keep them engaged with you. And now we're going to go ahead and look at some toys.
What is there?
I gotta know.
What is there?
I gotta know about that one. Ooh, the feed aisle.
At the end of the aisle, there was an empty shopping cart, so I went ahead and started pushing it with Brady walking alongside next to me. It is bigger, it makes a little bit of a noise, so I just wanted to see how he would do, and you could tell that he's completely unbothered. He gave an automatic check-in, so I went and rewarded that, and we continue on.
Brady, come.
Now we're moving on to our last obstacle. I wanted Brady to hop on top of this little
that one
cart here. It
moves.
actually ended up moving a little bit, and I was very surprised that he didn't give a reaction. So I went in and rewarded that and then asked him for a down, which he did so nicely. And that's it for Brady's update, and we hope you guys have a great weekend.